Oh, wow. Where do I begin? Where do I begin, my friend? I'm sitting up here looking at something, and I'm like, the overhype is real. Since we talking about over something, like overhyped, overpowered, I'm just like, look, people are putting too much faith in this game. And it's gonna disappoint. I don't know. I mean, it looks real good though. I'm not even gonna lie. But I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's not like I. And you know what the funny thing is? Because I remember looking at they had the whole like trailer for the game and everything, and I'm like, it was something on the side where you still saw these spheres, and they had like a wood texture and kind of like a hexagon brownish bronze metal texture on it. And I was looking at it, and I was like, everybody that saw that missed that they actually showed the materials that was in this game. And so I was like, I was looking at it, and I was like, the funny thing is, I could literally make this game. Like I'm making my own game by myself, so it's not like there's no validity in this. And everybody's like, I see the hype, I get the hype, but like I said, I'm looking at it like I'm looking at this like I could do this myself. The only like I said, the only thing is that I don't know how to code. But for the most part, like all these buildings, all these characters, I mean the evidence is here, but you know what I mean? Nobody really gives a shit what I'm doing. So I'm like, oh, word? But it's just like I see people hype and I'm like, alright man. I'm like my old friend Roosevelt. Alright dog. I mean, cause I'm looking at this, it's like I said, it's not like I couldn't do these buildings. Cause I mean I see um like I mean when I'm working on these weapons, you basically see me doing how a building will actually be made. But it's like maybe people didn't. Maybe people will catch on if they watch the videos. But I don't know, man. I'm just like, hey. I mean, like I said, I get the hype, but I'm looking at this like I'm looking at it like, bruh, I could sit in my room and do this shit. Cause like I said, I mean, you see me doing it now. So I'm just like, and even my friend said, my man Sean was like, it's insane that you're doing this by yourself in a text message. And I was basically like, I was basically like, yeah, you know, I mean, it's cool that you get into the like the opportunity and use the different tools and shit, and you can make your own game. Cause see, like I'm like creative characters. I like games with creative characters in it, and I like create my own character. But like here, it's just like even with creative characters, this only so far they'll let you go, like within the game. But this is like whatever you want to come up with, you can make it, and it's like wow. I mean, even the buildings, and I was like, yo, that's actually what's up. I was like, that's some cool. This is some cool shit. Cause instead of like these games, they give you so many hairstyles, and you gotta be like substituting for this. Like if you have a specific character in mind, you can only make the characters look like how you want to, like so far in the game. But like I said, with this, it's like I mean, this is a dream. Like I said, I'm living a dream right now. I mean, this is like what I always wanted to do with my life is to make games and like make, especially like characters. And I would say, like for the most part, I'm happiest when I'm writing and doing 3D modeling. Cause even my man was like on the phone. He was like in the text message. He was like, "You look tired." It's like, nah, no, it's not that I look tired. Cause usually I'll be waking up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll be like doing stuff on here, and usually I'll start streaming around 10. So that might have been it. But yesterday, like my wrist was hurting, and then I have no pad when I'm using the mouse. So that But other than that, like I said, I'm good. I'm real good. I ain't got no problem. And then when you get involved in this shit, it's honestly like a beautiful thing. And it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing some real shit. But anyway, enough about that. Cause I don't like redoing like characters sometimes. But like I said, I don't mind it. The only thing that I mean, I got male characters. I got a lot of male characters. But it's just like I said, I always like playing with female characters. And working on female characters just feels a lot better than working on male characters. Like I'm obviously in my own shit that I made, and I haven't even really worked on myself that hard. But now I gotta fix her hair because I like modified her a little bit. And I'm trying to see. Damn, this shit is 50? I'm gonna have to go back to that number later. Oops. I was watching this video about like stuff that's overpowered. And I hate that argument. That is a dumbass argument in video games. Or just with shit in general. Cause it's like yesterday I was playing the heist mission with two of my friends in GTA. And I'm like, when you get the gold, first of all, I think that whole mechanic is stupid. Because they be grabbing the gold with one hand. Like, you could use two hands after a while. Because, I mean, there's weight at the end, like at the bottom of the bag. You could use two hands to make this go faster. But they don't. So, anyway. So, I'm like, we're running from the police. And it's like, it's slow. Because you got all the gold. Because they want to make it realistic. But you get shot a bunch of times and eat candy to heal yourself. So how realistic is that? Then it's like they don't slow up the police. The police stay the same and they devalue your character because of your weight. So it's like the cops are too OP. But it's like people never complain about the NPCs or the boss being OP. They complain about the characters themselves. And it's like, so isn't the boss OP? Because I mean, he could basically kill you. He still is the boss. So by definition, he was OP before the shit even started. And it's like, but nobody ever says like, oh, the boss is too OP. It's always you. Because I remember I was watching this one chick, and she was talking about like Final Fantasy, and she said people are too OP, like, you know, like Cloud or Beretta or Sid or something. But it's like, okay, but Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon isn't OP. I mean, Emerald Weapon could literally stomp on you when you die. Or like Ruby Weapon could just use what's called um, Whirlwind or something, and the sand will just swallow you up. Just get rid of two of your characters. Like, you can't do that to Ruby Weapon, so who's OP in this situation? It's like people say that and not knowing how does it really sound to them. Cause that's the kind of like the whole point of the boss. I mean, so that argument is stupid. Or like when they were saying like the different gear sets are too OP, but never complained about, like they complained about the bullet sponge enemies, but it was just always like, oh, Striker's too OP, or like whatever gear set is too OP. But what about the people like the NPCs you find, the shotgunners in one? That was highly annoying. But it's like everybody's vitriol was to like the gear sets because they was losing in the dark zone. I'm like, the arguments are just dumb when you hear people and shit. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, because isn't that the whole purpose of the game is for you to overcome anyway? And then you want to talk about somebody being OP. It's just like I said, going back to GTA, it's like they get rid of the ability to run fast, which is not even fast in GTA, and jump if you got two, like you got the gold bars, but they don't reduce the NPC police in any way. So it's just people just be saying some stupid shit and not thinking how the shit sound. Because that's what basically made me want to be into the video game industry anyway. Cause it's like I could play my own shit, set my own rules, fuck everybody else, and that's just how it is. I give no fucks, cause I'm basically like Kevin Hart's comedy special. No fucks given. Cause like I said, these games are just too much in the first place, and then they want to say the characters are too OP, but never complain about the boss or the different NPCs you fight. This shit sounds dumb. Because then when you hit them with an enemy that they can't beat, then they be like, "Oh man, this enemy, he's just too impossible." Oh man, I should have. I'm like, I should have never moved her. I mean, but I had to actually move her whole head. I'm listening to this lo-fi shit. They just play Cowboy Bebop. That was one of the greatest animes that ever exists on Earth. That was one of the greatest. There's like I would say, my top three greatest animes that ever existed. Not in particular order, but Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex. So just the whole Ghost in the Shell period, and Akira. Those are the top three. I mean, Cowboy Bebop. I mean, the voice acting on there was the shit. Just everything about that, just like the whole Cowboy Bebop shit. Cause I'm never gonna forget how I got introduced to the shit. Cause I remember I was raking leaves in the backyard. It was it was November 3rd, 2001. And my friend Sean came. I guess he came. I guess he went to the front door. My mom was like, "Oh, he's raking leaves in the back." So he went to the backyard where I was at. And so I was raking leaves, and he was like, "You want to go to Chinatown with me and my brother?" So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he said he gave me a tape. Yes, a VHS tape. And he was like, "Watch this. Watch this anime." And I was like, "Okay." So we went to Chinatown and everything, and it might have been like a few, maybe like the next day or so. And I watched Cowboy Bebop. I know what episode it was. It was the Ganymede Sea Rat episode. And I was like, because he didn't tape it in order. But I still was watching it like, yo, what is this? And then like he had other episodes on the tape, like basically after that episode. And I was hooked. I mean hooked. I was like, this is the shit. Whatever this is, Cowboy Bebop, this is the new thing now. And then I remember we went to see the movie and knocking on heaven's door. We had the movie prior to it coming into American theaters, because we had it. I think we had the Japanese dub, like the original Japanese shit, and it was awesome. It was like I said, it was the shit. And but even like prior to that, I remember like in '99 when he showed me Ghost in the Shell, and I was like, cause he had a lot of Japanese like anime. I had Japanese PlayStation 2, no, PlayStation 1 imports. Cause there was a dude in my class that used to sell them. He used to sell like burned CDs, and cause I think he sold the converter for $10, and the games was like $10 to $20. And he had his side hustle and shit, and I was buying them shits. And it's like, but then Sean, he ended up getting like the what's it called, Mammy, Mimi, like the arcade emulator. He had the Super Nintendo, Sega, Nintendo emulator, and we was just play like imports all the time. But like that whole thing about like Cowboy Bebop was crazy. But the Ghost in the Shell was like that was in '99, and then I think yeah, and then Cowboy Bebop. But then I saw that in 2001, and then Akira was like in '03. But it's just like animes now, like, cause I was saying in the last video, I was like, like with music, it's like I can't get into like new anime. I can't get into all the new shit now. Like my whole thing is like old school. You give me some old school anime, it's like I would say anything from '05, but I would say between the '80s and 2005. Anything else, it just feels like it's like the art style has been watered down. It's just not the same. It ain't. It's just not the same to me. Like I said, I like my shit old school. And Cowboy Bebop, I could watch that right now and be like, this is the shit right here. I mean, the voice acting. I mean, just top notch. And just even with Ghost in the Shell. I mean, just it's like it's just again like with the Ghost in the Shell or Rise, I couldn't get into that. I mean, the voice acting was different. It wasn't the same people. The art style just looked watered down. I'm just not feeling this new shit. Damn, man, I knew something was gonna happen if I changed her head. Cause I had to enlarge her head and the skull like this hair caps just feel off. It just feels off. But anyway, yeah. Ghost in the Shell and Cowboy Bebop. Man, that was shit. And plus, like the music in all these adult animes I'm talking about, like Cowboy Bebop and Ghost in the Shell, because like Yoko Kano was doing both of those. So that's mostly like why. Let's see how let's bump back up to 50. Save. See, one thing that I'm doing, or like one thing I'm just like I've said this in in the other like streams that I have a problem with trying to finalize. Like I don't want the process to end because not only like I'm enjoying the shit too much, But it's just like I said, her head was small in comparison to the rest of her body. So I was like, I don't want to change, like do all the skin textures on her body, do the subsurface scattering and do all this other stuff, and then I have to change the whole thing. I just didn't want to get to that part. But seeing it's like I'm glad I didn't really because of that reason. I mean, eventually I'm gonna have to just like basically just say fuck it and just basically just say fine. I'm gonna just start finalizing all the shit. Cause it's just like even with Swazi, who I was working on yesterday, I had to change to like her thighs, like to make them bigger. So it's just like trying to fix this and everything. I don't know, dude. Cause even like this, I was thinking I was done with it. But like I said, I checked the like whole head model, and I'm like, no, I gotta change this. But one of these days, like I said, I'm gonna just have to say, fuck it. And I'm pretty sure there's some type of term for artists like that that don't like finishing their work or just stay on the work for like alpha on end. As I don't know if it's like a perfectionist type thing. I don't know. Cause I wouldn't necessarily call myself a perfectionist. Cause some things you just let it flow, and however it comes out is how it comes out. But with some aspects like the whole model, like I just be working on it, just making sure. I guess it's a perfectionist. I don't know about that though. Like it wasn't just like even with her hair, I just knew it was supposed to swoop over one way. It didn't matter which way it swooped over, and and that was it. The only thing I'm doing right now is just filling in the bald spots because the display amount is low. I mean that's pretty much it. So it's just like I didn't care what side it swooped over. And then check this out. I'm up here like yesterday. I was like, cause I've been thinking about this for a while. I was like, one of my favorite games of all time was GTA: The Battle of the Gay Tony. And I was like, I always wanted to play that game again. I haven't played that game since 2010. And I was like, how do I play it? Because I didn't want to buy a PlayStation 3 just to get a PlayStation 3 just to play that one game. And so I was thinking about like that whole like Rockstar launch, and I was like, oh yeah, because for some odd reason they have GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. They skipped 4 and they got 5 on the PlayStation Store. So I'm like, how come they don't have GTA 4 on PlayStation 5? I mean, GTA 4 on PlayStation 4. That was dumb. And so I was like, I should get this launcher. And I was like, I got it. And I see like, oh shit, they do got Battle of the Gay Tony. I'm seriously gonna start. I'm looking into like configuring my PlayStation 4 controller to my PC. And whenever I get the time, that's gonna be the thing. Cause I was planning on streaming Cyberpunk on PlayStation 5 for my first shit, but nobody could get a PlayStation. They set back Cyberpunk to December 10th. So I'm like, I might as well just do this if I could like make sure all the streams are cool. So that's what I plan on doing. Let's see. I have to make sure her braids in the back is cool. I think this is on her on. You know what? Never mind, cause I'm gonna just lightly touch these up just to make sure they're on the back of her head. I mean, there's not that much to do anyway. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's like the exact position, as long as hers going the back of her hair like this. Cause except for when she was, except for when she was younger, they were like on the side. Oh, okay. Mm. Now, how long I've been streaming this? I almost should start putting her braids in now, though. I was about to say, what the hell? Wait a minute, hold up. Damn, I wish I could. I wish I could move all these at the same time. But whatever. Then I don't have to worry about her braids curving over funny, because I mean, they're just straight down. So that's cool. What am I trying to do? Yikes. See, the lo-fi shit, they playing Cowboy Bebop now. Oh, see, wait a minute. I fucked all this. Well, not really. I'm sitting up here doing this and the snapping is still on. Shit. I always forget that. Yeah, I gotta make sure this is like damn near safe and shit. Wait, and this is another thing. Yeah, her yeah, they stuck to her. Yeah, see, this is the part that's kind of like tedious, and this is like my own fault, because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And then I gotta do it with the other sets. Wow. This is not supposed to be this long. Some weird shit. Yeah, this is my own fault. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I might just have to. If I mean, if the others are not so severe, then I'm gonna just do the rest of it off camera. Yeah, see, yeah, they was sticking to it. Like I said, cause it's so odd. Like this little one, this magnet right here. I just forget that it's on, and this I be trying to change it, and then it be sticking. It's like I'm fucking up. See, even with the four, cause it's just like this little thing, and it's up there. You don't be thinking too much of it. Damn. Okay. Save this. Now where's the braid? I gotta take this to edit mode. What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh shit, wait a minute. Let me go back. I forgot to do some one crucial thing. Yeah. Oh, Oh. I'm gonna save. Alright. I don't know why it subtracts if you do this shit. It happens all the time. Oh no, this. Wait a minute. Can I get away with this? Yeah. Where's the thing? Where's the curves at? I'm about to save this. Like I said, I'm about to do the other shit. Like completely off camera. Yeah, I'm doing the rest. I'm doing the rest off camera. Yeah, this is exactly how shit is supposed to look like. Yep. So, this is gonna be short, but I'm about to rock out. I'm gonna try to see about this GTA 4 shit, and then I'm gonna move on. See y'all later.